Hello and welcome to the USA Breaking News on 26 March 2026. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, is set to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing during an official visit scheduled for May 14 and 15 in 2026. The visit comes after an area planned trip at the beginning of this year was postponed due to the ongoing conflict in Milan. This highly anticipated meeting highlights the importance of relationship between United States and China, two global powers that often disagree on key international issues. President Trump last visited China 8 years ago. In a message shared on Truth social media, Trump confirmed the visit and announced that President Xi Jinping is also expected to visit the United States later this year. Trump stated that preparation for the historic visit are being finalized and expressed optimism about meeting President Xi Jinping, describing it is a significant moment for both countries. The visit is expected to focus on strengthening diplomatic and economic relationship between Washington and Beijing, as well as improving cooperation with countries across the Asian region. In February 2026, USA Supreme Court reduced Trump's authority to use tariff as tool to pressure China and other countries in a trade negotiation. A recent USA and Israel attacks on Iran have also increased the tension between Washington and Beijing as China imports a large share of its oil from Iran. Trump's last visit to China was in 2017, marking his first return to Beijing in nearly a decade. The two leaders are expected to discuss cooperation in trade, agriculture, aviation, and aircraft equipment, along with sensitive political issues, including Taiwan, where the United States supports its independence while China considers it part of its territory. After 12 years, Rwanda is set to host again a major continental conference that brings together experts in blood transfusion and blood-based medical services. The conference will be hosted in partnership with Africa Society for Blood Transfusion, known as AFCBT. The announcement was made during the 12th AFCBT conference currently taking place in Namibia from March 21st to 26th in 2026. Rwanda is represented at the conference by Dr. Muyomba Thomas, head of the Blood Transfusion Division at the Rwanda National Center for Blood Transfusion in Kigali, who presented how Rwanda delivers blood to patients using a drone technology. The conference brings together global experts in a blood transfusion, professionals from Africa Blood Services Institution, and a medical specialist in this field. The AFCBT conference is held every 2 years, and Rwanda will host the 30th edition in 2028. The country last hosted the event in 2016. The African Society for Blood Transfusion was established in 1997 in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, with the mission of promoting safe blood transfusion and related medical services across African countries. Rwanda has made significant progress in blood donation and transfusion services, with the citizen increasingly participating in the blood donation program. In 2024 alone, Rwanda collected 84,383 units of blood, and the hospital reported receiving 99.72% of the blood they required. In Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has ordered a 48-hour military campaign targeting Iran's weapon infrastructure as attention continues to rise in the Middle East, and USA President Donald Trump peace plan faces growing uncertainty. The decision was made after high-level security meeting with a senior military commander commanders in Tel Aviv, where officials discussed Iran's military activities and the risk of possible agreement between Washington and Tehran. The move comes shortly after the United States introduced a 15 points peace proposal aimed at reducing tension with Iran and stabilizing the region. The plan calls for Iran to dismantle its nuclear and long-range missile program, open the Strait of Hormuz to international shipping, and stop supporting proxy militaries across the Middle East. However, Iranian state media rejected the proposal, demanding the closure of USA military bases on the Gulf, compensation for damage, and the end Israel strikes against Hezbollah. Israel officials says the military campaign is focused on three major objectives, including destroying Iran's ballistic missiles stockpiles, preventing the development of nuclear warheads, and creating conditions for internal political change in Tehran. Meanwhile, the United States has increased its military presence in the region, deploying 2,000 paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne Division to join thousands of Marines already heading to the Middle East. The USA officials say President Trump remain open to diplomacy, but it's also preparing for possible military action if Iran continue to reject the negotiation. Regional powers are closely monitoring the situation, with Saudi Arabia urging Washington to maintain pressure on Tehran while diplomatic talks continue through intermediaries in Egypt, Turkey, and Pakistan. Analysts warn that continued military strikes and rising tension could weaken chances for peace solution and increase the risk of the wider conflict in the Middle East. In sports, Senegal has officially launched a Rego battle to reclaim the 2025 African Cup of Nations, a title that was stripped by the Confederation of African Football and awarded to Morocco after fearing an appeal at the Court of Arbitration for Sports. On March 17, 2026, CAF Appeals Committee confirmed the decision to withdraw the African Cup of Nations title from Senegal and hand it over to Senegal. Following decision, the Senegalese Football Federation strongly rejected the ruling and announced that it will take the case to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, also known as the CAC. On Wednesday, March 2025, CAC confirmed that it has received the Senegal's appeal requesting the consideration of CAF's decision and the recognition of Senegal as the rightful Africa Cup of Nations champion. The appeal seeks to overturn CAF's ruling, and officials declare the Senegalese Football Federation as the winner of the continental tournament. The CAC Director General Matthew Rabe stated that the court has the authority to handle such disputes and will rely on the independent arbitrators and legal experts to review the case. He emphasized that the team and fans are eager to know the final decision and assured that the arbitration process will be conducted fairly while respecting the rights of all parties involved. CSA also noted that further proceeding will remain confidential until a final decision is reached. The case is expected to determine whether Senegal will gain the African Cup of Nations title or if Morocco will remain the official champion. In South Africa, a national team head coach, Hugo Bloss, has revealed that Brazil and Argentina demanded a large sums of money to play friendly matches against Bafana Bafana in South Africa. The South Africa national team Bafana Bafana is set to face Panama in two international friendly matches as part of preparation for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The first match will be played in Durban on March 2027, while the second match will take place in Cape Cape Town on March 21st. The first match will be played in Durban on March 27, while the second match will take place in Cape Town on March 31st. Speaking on the media about the upcoming matches, Hugo Bloss said they wanted his team to face a strong opponents from America, Europe, and Asia in order to improve performance ahead of the World Cup. However, he revealed that Brazil requests 5 million USA dollar to play a friendly match in South Africa. Bloss said the chief executive officer of SAFA informed him about Brazil's interest, but the financial demands made it difficult to organize the match. He also revealed that Argentina had requested 5 million euros to play a friendly match in Johannesburg in a recent months. The Belgians coach explained that even Panama will not play for free in South Africa. We still have to recover costs for the friendly matches. He praised the SAFA for making efforts to bring Panama to South Africa for the two matches. Meanwhile, the president of the Zambia Football Association, KT Mwemba, recently revealed that Argentina invited Zambia for friendly match scheduled for March 21st and will be covered all the cost. Those were the latest regional and international developments. For continued updates, in-depth analysis, and breaking news, stay with the USA New Times, your trusted source for global affairs.